is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not 24,000, 17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayum is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayum, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayum can help. The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Yes, sir, Florida Panther fans. That's the way you start the Stanley Cup. When they got that first goal, you kind of like were able to breathe, because at times there have been, some lapses during the home games, because they're a terror on the road, right? But then during the home games, sometimes they have some issues, and tonight it was a dominating performance. I mean, Edmonton peppered them the first two periods, but Bob, he has, the beauty of Bob is that he has come so far from where he started with the Florida Panthers, because he came with all the excitement, and yet he did not live up to the hype or the contract. And that was a problem for a lot of Panther fans. It was a problem for the team. Think about it, where we were a year ago. A year ago, you needed like a fourth string goalie to get you into the playoffs and then have that, amazing run all the way. And then you kind of believed who you are. And Bob has had those problems for several years, the ups and downs. This year, he could win the Vezina Trophy. You never know. He's played well enough to win that trophy, So it's funny the way it works out, for the Panthers, because it didn't start off well, and now Bob is playing like that goalie that you paid years ago. Now, let's be honest. Here's where it's a beautiful thing, okay? Because the team around Bob wasn't good enough anyway. Okay, Bob would have to be almost absolutely perfect. Now, the team around him is more than good enough. They can help him defensively. They certainly can help him offensively. And then all he has to do is do his thing. And tonight, my God, Bob. What were the final stats, since we come on right at the end here and got that empty? I was hoping for that third goal a little earlier, so there would be, less pressure. 33 saves for Bob in an absolute complete shutout. Skinner only had 17 shots he faced, and obviously allowed 15 of them. So the Panthers were much more efficient with their opportunities. But I mean, it's not because the Oilers can't try. I mean, they were peppering. They were all over it, man. That was so beautiful to watch, where this team where it was 30 years ago already? I don't know, pretty close. Where it was 30 years ago and where it is now, finally, with this ownership group, with this coaching staff, with that front office and Bill Zito, and with this team that has the grit, the physicality, the athleticism, the scoring ability. I mean, it's all there. It's all there, man. I mean, it is absolutely. Your team is 3 more wins away from the Stanley Cup. 3 more wins away. You think about this, okay? This town has experienced the Super Bowl, has experienced NBA Finals, and these are championships, not just finals, okay? Titles in football, titles in basketball, titles in baseball. Now you're going to have a chance to win a title in hockey, and Inter Miami certainly has a chance. It's the 5th sport. That one's hard to kind of have all 5, because not everybody has all 5, sports in their town. But on top of all of that, it's kind of new. So it's really hard for the championships to spread out all over the place. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you think about it, it's pretty cool. And this is kind of, out of the big 4, this is the one that we've been missing, for a while, since the Panthers took over. And we were so fortunate that the Marlins were able to get to, in baseball. That's something, think about that. That's something that we'll never experience again, because you don't have ownership like Viola and Sifu. With Mickey Harrison, you always have hope. With Stephen Ross, I know he hasn't gotten it done, but you got hope, because it's not for a lack of trying from Stephen Ross, right? It's just, getting the right combination. Hey, listen, when Viola and Sifu took over, they didn't have the right combination, not the right coach, not the right general manager. They had to they had to make a tough move to get rid of Dale Talent. That took a lot of guts to get rid of a guy that was pretty much a legend in the business, but really wasn't getting it done here. It's just really, really impressive. And as a guy that has been able to experience all these championships since I was a child, starting with the Dolphins back in the early 70s, all the way through, I've lived all of them. It's really cool. And even the University of Miami, that's given us, so much winning with baseball, with football, and even basketball. I know they haven't won the championship, but they've had a lot of success, overall. We've been very, very fortunate, and we are 3 wins away from completing the foursome of football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. And then we'll see what happens in, I think it's early November, I want to say, is the MLS Cup, if you get there or something like that. We'll see in early November if Inter Miami can complete it, which would be absolutely phenomenal if Inter Miami can do it. But first of all, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I know we feel really good about our team. We felt good about our team going into this matchup. And tonight, the Oilers had their chances. But The Panthers played their big boy games defensively, offensively. They got it done, man. They were the better team once again tonight, and they're leading 1-0, which is just absolutely phenomenal, dude. Absolutely phenomenal. Let me check out the chat board. Don't forget, you can visit our merchandise shop. We have a merch shop. Got all kinds of hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff. Blind Ass Fan, all that. We got one. The truth on Florida Panthers hockey, just like we got it for Dolphins football and all that. Check it out there in our merchandise shop. All right, check it out. Use the QR code. Great way to support us. And, of course, you can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And, of course, you can always make a Bitcoin donation. Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend, is mastering the show, as always, like he does the entire platform. Heriberto Hernandez, thank you, my brother. I see you number one in there. And thank you also. I see you on the merchandise purchasing. Yes, sir. Very loyal and supportive. Thank you. Thank you. Javier Hernandez is also in. He's in Ocala. There we go. Luis Medina. Happy Saturday, Big O. Great defense by Bob. Was the Panthers the shit in the last 5 minutes? The Panthers up all day, every day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dolphin is out watching in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's see. Steven Gonzalez, Dolphin, Billy Shaw, Paulie King, No Doubt, Thomas Jensen. Yeah, Bob made some big stops in that game. Jeff from Long Island is in the house. Adam Sadowski, Adam Pinkser. I never really gave NHL a chance, but this game's got my interest skyrocketing. Paulie King, you need to go to a game live. Okay? I'll be honest. It's the reverse. The worst sport for television is hockey. Okay? All the other sports were made for television. Baseball, basketball, and football made for television. Okay? Hockey is the best sport live. And if you get a lower bowl ticket and you get somewhere close to the glass, dude, you're going to fall in love with hockey. Hey, listen, let's be honest now. Hockey is the only sport that has not been wussified. Okay? You still have to be a real tough guy to play the game of hockey. You know, I know football is brutal at times, and I get it, but it's not like it used to be. It used to be really brutal. And basketball, give me a break. They don't even play in basketball anymore. So, that's the other thing about hockey that I respect. These guys, this is the hardest working, toughest, best conditioned, all that stuff. Remember, yeah, they used to have that. That's right. That's where I heard that. That's right. That's where I heard that. That's right. Yeah, they lost that label. It's a shame. They lost that label. Florida Panthers own that shit here in this town. Own it. Let's see. Carlo in. Josh is in. Panthers in 4 or 5. Let's effing go. Steven is in. What a start for the finals. Bob was spectacular. He was. Tommy is in the house. Everyone hated Bob. Yeah, hey, Bob was deserving to be hated. He was stealing money at times without a gun and a mask. Thomas Jensen, 3 more to go. Eric Simon, Ty Crook, Daniel Barry, Crypto Fins. Outstanding defense in they picked it up in the defense. They clearly, I think the coach might have had some words in the second intermission. Said, guys, we can't win this game if we're going to get peppered the entire time. And they turned it up. I told my wife at the beginning of this game, I said, this is the chance for the Oilers. And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? Aren't you like a Panthers fan? I'm like, no. What I mean is, if you're going to score on the Panthers and you're going to try to get the upper hand on them, it's early. But once they settle in and figure your shit out and they start getting in your face, and you start seeing that defense, and I don't care how fast you are, and I know Edmonton's fast, but this is, what's going to happen now is that Edmonton is flying around, and they're feeling themselves, and by the third period, they were slowing down, and they weren't getting that. And this is the same shit that happened with Boston. This is the same shit that happened with the Rangers. And eventually, and you know what? They might even get Edmonton out of their game. And Edmonton, like Boston, oh, we're going to get tough with you. Bro, don't get tough with us. You're going to get punched in the mouth. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get punched in the mouth because the Panthers can skate with you, can score on you, and can defend you. And so that's what I was telling my wife. I said, the weakness for the Cats is right now. That if there's any problem for the Cats, you're going to get them early on, falling asleep a little bit off their game and all that. And then you know, it's Rocky. You're punching him, and there's Apollo, and oh no, and then there's Apollo. No, he's getting mad. That's the Panthers. The Panthers are Rocky at times. And guess what happened? Oh, dude, they came out like Clubber Lang in that first bout, and they just, that's it. And then by the third, they were already wearing on them. And wait till we get to games 3 and 4 and 5. And I don't even know if we'll get to 6. But if we do, I favor the Panthers because they will beat the crap and the snot and the speed out of these guys. So the oils will get creaky and they won't be flowing like they are now. Now they're out in there. And once they start getting checked over, they're going to check out just like the Rangers. That by the end, the Rangers were in the end like, bro, that's it. Enough already. Enough. You know, they were just like, the beating was too much. You know what I mean? It was such a beating, okay? You know, New York fans can be obnoxious as hell. Go approach a Rangers fan. They're smart enough. And they're like, no, Panthers beat our ass. No, they beat our ass. I was on the curb drinking some coffee and they beat our ass. And so, you know, even the New Yorkers know that, you know, the Panthers went South Bronx on their ass and it was over. It was just, that's it. You know, they were Park Avenue. And that was the problem with those Rangers. They were Park Avenue. So not going to happen. And you saw a microcosm of what you're going to see as this series expands in the third period. The Panthers will figure you out, will wear on you, and will just beat your ass down while they score on you. And if Bob is playing the way he's playing, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, the LA Kings. I'm not a hockey expert by any stretch. I watch enough hockey. I'll never sit there and argue with people about hockey and all that. There's tons of people that know a shit ton more of hockey than I do. Okay. But I do watch enough, and I watch all the finals. The Panthers are just like the Kings, dude. Big, strong, physical, fast. They can score. They can beat your ass. Just it. That's what it is. I'm telling you, they remind me of the Kings. I've said this over and over and over again. And anybody that lives in LA and is watching right now or listening to the show later on or whatever and followed the Kings from whatever it was 10, 12 years ago, 14 years ago, they know what the hell I'm talking about. This Panther team reminds me of the Kings. They come at you on waves and they beat the living shit out of you. Just the way it is. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. A-Rod is in the house. Heriberto, thank you, sir. Thank you. No, sir, you are the gentleman. Stephen Roel, a longtime South Florida sports fan living in L.A., made the trip for the game, first hockey game in 19 years. Wow, Stephen. That is awesome. Great job by you. Damn. All right. Jonathan Jensen is in the house. Zachary Gibson. Just 3 more. Drago. Edmonton scared the crap out of me. That team is legit. However, so are the Panthers. Yeah, that's where it changes. The Panthers are for real, man. We're not in 96. I lived that and I watched it. I covered it. I was in the locker room for the whole Panther run and everything. We knew what we were. Any of us that were objective, it was fun. It was the time of our lives, and we knew that they were living off of Beezer because they couldn't score at all. It was a terrible offense, horrible offense. It's just a gritty, really tough team that slowed the game down to a crawl, and that's all. That's what we knew it. And then the last couple of years, we talked about it, that they were a little too finesse when they had all those points. They were too pretty of a team, and they couldn't stand up for themselves, and they needed to get tough. And then they got tough. And then last year was like the christening for this team, and they figured it out exactly what they needed, one more level, and here we are, man. It's been a beautiful. I talk about it all the time with this, I don't even want to talk about them anymore, but there's another professional, I think they play something called baseball, and that ownership group, no matter who it is, has never made the commitment that Mickey Harrison has made, that Viola and Sifu have made, that clearly the Moss brothers, holy shit, the Moss brothers have made, and Stephen Ross, obviously, These are owners that spend, bro. They want to compete. They want to put together a great product. They want to bring stars. This Panther team entertains the shit out of you. Okay? It's Verhaeghe. It's Reinhardt. It's Barkov. It's Tarasenko. It just doesn't end, dude. It's Kachuk. It's Bennett. It's just, it's awesome. Listerine today scored. Even mouthwash is making it happen, bro. Montour's of ass kicker. Kulikov has been, fantastic. Lundell, I love that kid. I mean, this, they want to spend. They want to give you everything, dude. And you got a second goaltender sitting there the second goaltender is better than all the goaltenders you had last year. That's some crazy shit. The Drew is in the house. Thomas Jensen, big difference this year, and no injuries. We have a deeper roster than the Oilers. Yeah. By the way, can I have that for the Dolphins? Last year the Panthers broken clavicle for Kachuk. Radko Gudas had a high ankle sprain that was just like, his ankle was just like it was, there were a whole bunch of guys were playing with all kinds of. That's a great point on your part. And by the way, I just need that for my Dolphins this year. The last 2 years have been hell. So just a little luck, as Paul McCartney would say, little luck. Arnaldo Peña is in Panama City. Yeah. Ragin is in the house. Rob Cowell. Bob joins Haywood as a locksmith. Yes, sir. Robert T is in. Nicholas Green. Let's see. The hit difference is why we're going to win. Yeah, they'll hit the shit out of you. Manolo Rivera. Ariel Savaria. I think the Panthers are just too good right now. It looks it. It looks it. Zachary is in. If Edmonton was going to score, it was in that first period on the power play. Yeah, that's exactly what I told my wife. So this is right here. This is if they get over this hump, you're screwed with this team. Let's see who else. Crypto Finns. The team is just a complete team. Definitely best franchise in South Florida. Oh, by far, they are the best franchise in South Florida. It's not even close. That's not even up for discussion. The Panthers still get the first two championships of this year. The Finns get the third Lombardi this year. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Florida Everblades won the ECHL championship. That's right. That's this guy's son too. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you are correct. Rick Reyes. Let's see. I'm in the immortal words of Uncle Neil, rock solid. That's right. Rock solid. Now remember, Uncle Neil played it, but it was my drop that he played. Remember that. Because it was my sponsor, rock solid. It was a mortgage company, which, by the way, he's now one of the biggest MMA agents in the business, Maukikawa. And that was the company, Rock Solid. So, yeah, that's – and then Neil used my drop and, helped me along the way, as always. Rest in peace, Neil Rogers. Rest in peace. Amazing. Just amazing. Panthers, man. We got game 2 Monday. So good stuff there. We got any reaction so far? Sean, anything? We got any Twitter action? Anything going on social media that anybody talking? See if we could get any kind of audio for you guys and pass on any kind of information, overall as the Panthers get their first win in the Stanley Cup. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything right now, at least, but man, amazing. Sergei Bobrovsky, by the way, 35 years, 262 days, stole the show in Sunrise to become the oldest goaltender in NHL history to open up the Stanley Cup Finals with a shutout. How about that? The chants for Bob were actually really cool in the arena too. You could hear them on the television, the chants for Bob. I think that was actually very, very cool. Oh, by the way, the other thing, I completely forgot about this until the other night when I went to go look at my Hard Rock app. That you go through Hialeah Park, by the way. You go to Hialeah Park's website, and you can open up an account through Hard Rock there, and you can get a $100 no-regret first bet, right? So I open it, and, you get your first bet. You get your $100, and, you're off and running. And by the way, if you ever open it down in the casino, they will give you an extra $50. But, I mean, you're not going to be at the casino at the moment, but you can open it now. And so I went, and I forgot that in my futures bets, I took the Panthers plus 850 to win the Stanley Cup. So when did I make this bet? Does it say it? I completely forgot about it. No, it doesn't even say when I made the bet. But I took the Panthers plus 850 to win the title. So we got our money where our mouth is, and I don't know when we did that. Whenever, it must have been several weeks ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a bit ago that I said, I think these guys are going to win the Stanley Cup, and I think it was before the playoffs, taking it at plus 850, because right now, what was it going into this game? Going into this game tonight, the Panthers, like plus 140, 150, something like that, so your odds were a little better a while back if you took them. I'm sure some of you probably took the chance like I did and put some money on the Panthers. I already took the Dolphins over 9.5. So I think there probably plenty of you did the same thing I did and put some money on the Panthers. Well, I mean, it's a little gutsy, but it isn't anything crazy to do. And plus 850, I just felt that they were too good not to take that bet. I felt that was real good value at plus 850. Let's see. They played a mediocre game and were never in danger of losing. They did give up chances between the first and the second period. You are correct. They played much better in the third. Florida Everblades did something no one else has done in the ECHL. They won the championship 3 years in a row. Yeah, there you go. Isn't Maurice's kid like the announcer or something? I want to say something like that for them. Pretty cool story. Drake is in the house. Waitkevich. Did I get that right? Waitkevich. Yes, sir.
He's the play-by-play.
He is. Okay. That's what I thought. Henry Garçon.
Panthers looked like Chelsea that was coached by Marino that won the Premier League. There you go. Crypto Fins, I think you made the bet late February when I did. Okay. There it is. I know it was a while back. Definitely. But I just thought it was like, I gotta do it, dude. Nico says I got the Panthers plus 900 a month and a half ago. How about that? Crypto says I took plus 900 for the Cats to win the whole thing in February. There you go. Big O, the Oilers may not even make the playoffs if they didn't have McDavid. Panthers are so much deeper and balanced. Yeah. No, but the Zyman guy, they got a guy named Ted Nugent. It's pretty good. Now they got a couple of guys that are absolutely monsters. Dude, they got a guy who scored like 54 goals or some shit this year, you know. Now they're pretty damn good. Connor is obviously special, but again, the Panthers I think are just deeper in lines, deeper at defense. They're definitely better defensively. They're better at goaltending too. Skinner's good. Bob is better. Okay. And Skinner's good. He's really good. But Bob has played elite this year. He had one little stretch that was kind of questionable. You know what I mean? But then it didn't last. It was very short-lived and he kind of moved on. Outside of that, Bob could win the Vezina, as we've said many, many times. Many times. You know? There's no doubt he could win the Vezina. Let's see. By far the best and most historical trophy in sports, the Stanley Cup. It ain't close. Adam Henrique. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Henrique, no doubt. Pain in the ass. It's the Panthers' year, and that's I would agree with that to Drew. I would agree 100% with that this is the Panthers' year. They just look complete. They're balanced right now. And that's the stuff that you can't beat. If you can't outskate them, you can't outscore them, you can't out-physical them, and more often than not, their goalie's better, that's a problem. What you got? Sean? I'm sorry.
No, I was in Sergei Bobrovsky claims a couple Panthers records. He posted his 13th win of the 2024 playoffs and established the Panthers record for most in the postseason. He had matched John Van Beesbrook's original franchise mark of 12 in 96 last year. The win today made him 13. And then I had one question for you about Mike McDaniel. Why didn't he wear the 24?
Why? Oh, he wore the 24.
I was like, why did he wore 11? He could have wore 24, but he wore the 11. He wore 11. I'm not sure if that was a different significance, but
that's a great call. You know what? He didn't want to bring the bad juju. You know, that's their juju.
I got you. You're right.
You
smart. He's that kind of guy too. He's that guy.
That's a classy move by he doesn't need to bring that 24 shit inside that house. No. The Panthers have no problem attracting and bringing in whales, unlike other teams, and they don't have problems with droughts. They're in the middle of they're in the middle of a fountain of success that is just coming out. They're 5 straight years in the playoffs, 2 straight years in the Stanley Cup Finals. You know, so they were the President's winner a few years back. So they have been kind of working themselves here. They're in a stage that everybody else wishes in town that they were in that stage right now. They're in the complete stage, right now. So McDaniel said, 24 is our problem. We're going to deal with it in-house, This is the Panthers' moment. Let's not bring any of that stuff there. And so that's what I'm going to go with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to say that, Mike McDaniel gets it. He gets it. And by the way, much better job on the drum than Dan Marino. It's a little disappointed with that. It wasn't strong enough, the performance by Dan. See, at least Mike McDaniel, he put all 75 pounds of his body behind each one of those hits. So to me, I give him an A++ for effort, because he got as much torque out of 75 pounds as he could possibly get, and I give him credit for that. So for that, Mike McDaniel, let's give you some love. By the way, as we look over the game, Barkov had 2 assists. Bennett had an assist. Listerine picked up that 3rd goal. Reinhardt had an assist. Rodriguez had that beautiful goal. Verhaeghe with that 1st goal. Montour also had an assist. Bobrovsky had 33 saves. Skinner for the Oilers had 15 saves. Let me see who scored for the Oilers. Nobody. Let me see who had an assist. Nobody. That's it. We went Willy Wonka on him, and you get nothing, sir. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. And now we've got to sterilize the roof. You get nothing. That's what happened to the Oilers. They stole fizzy lifting drinks, and they get nothing. Those are the facts. It's over. No soup for you. Okay? That's all. Go look at it. No scoring, no assists, nothing. You get nothing. And you'll like it. Mike No-Go Zones says, hello, Big O and fam. Will you be hosting any watch parties? We will if they pay for them. So, yeah, if you know a bar that wants to host it, we'll be there to do pre and post. But at the moment, no, sir. No, sir. I will be in the comfort of my home, actually. And Sean will be in the comfort of his home. Brett, Kachuk, and other Panthers are the guys you absolutely hate if they're on the other team, but the guys you absolutely love if they're on your team. Yeah, they're big, physical, they're nasty. Everybody's just, they come at you. Bob stoned Henrique, man, on the break away in the second period. That was a sick save, dude. You know, Drew, the other thing that goes unnoticed there, you see the tap by Kulikov? Like, he reached over and he, like, tapped him right there. And that also might have gotten him a little bit off of his, groove. So Stella couldn't find her groove. So that might have helped out a little bit. Look at that play too, but obviously great save by Bob. There's no doubt about it. It was fun to see Bob get the love in the arena. You know what I'm saying? And let's also talk about this for Sergey. Sometimes you don't come back from this shit. Sometimes you sign this big contract and you become Peerless Price. And this happens all the time. That somebody signs a big contract and they Avisail Garcia the bitch. You know what I'm saying? So this happens in every sport all the time, and we see it. And, you go Kyle Lowry, what the? And then you never come back from it. You got the big money, you had the big pressure, you had the expectations, you don't live up to the expectations, and then what happens? You get drowned in the media and everything else, and everybody talking about how you suck and how you've lost your job, and you get and this guy lost his job several times. This guy gave up his job several times to he opened it up many times for somebody to say Here, it's mine, and he could never get it back again. Think about that. Last few years, if somebody would have come in and just been red hot all the way, not stretches, because you had your guys, you know, you had your Dreegers with a stretch, and this other guy had a stretch and all that other shit, you know, but nobody like took over. And he opened up that opportunity, and he could have gone, he could have gone a couple ways. You know, he could have gone Jeff George. He could have gone the way of Ben Simmons. These are whiny little bitches that fold in pressure and that kind of stuff. He could have gone the other way where he's, you know, choked and just kind of succumb to all the pressure, which, by the way, Ben Simmons also fits that. Not only is he also kind of a guy succumb to the pressure, but yeah, he's also kind of a choker too. And so lots of guys, that's happened to them, where they signed the big contract in that town and then it doesn't work out and they're booed right the hell out of that town. And they lose all their confidence and they get out and whatever, and it's over for them. And sometimes they have to resurrect their career somewhere else, or sometimes it just leads to them being out. Bob could have faced all that kind of stuff. And somehow or another, he did enough to believe in himself to bounce back and play this kind of hockey. So that says a lot about his character, because he had to have questioned his confidence at some point. It definitely wavered because we saw it in his performance. And yet somehow he has found a way to come back to play like the Bob that shut out the Lightning when he was a Columbus Predator or Columbus Blue Jacket. Okay. That series where I think they swept the Lightning, if I'm correct, that was legendary for Sergei Bobrovsky. And that's what forced these guys to say, okay, we're a goalie away. We knew that we weren't. Now, after getting Bob, you kind of knew that really you weren't a goalie away. You needed more than that. But still, you thought. And that's what tempted you. So let's not forget the mental fortitude of Sergei Bobrovsky. It's very very tigerish at times. You know, different scenarios, different players, all that. But Tiger had the personal issues and all that, and then he comes back, you know, to win. That's pretty cool, you know, to come back from all that controversy and then to win. That's special. And again, different scenario. I'm talking about a straight up free agent contract and all that. That's not what Tiger was about. But I'm just talking about coming back from depths that are tough to come back from. Bob did that. Pretty freaking cool, man. Kudos to Bob, man. Kudos to Bob, and it's nice to see him have that moment. And by the way, Stolarz is just sitting there, and he easily, you know, could help you win too. It's pretty awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. After the game, Bobrovsky for MVP. Well, he's working on it for the series. Right now, if let's say it's 4 games, let's say a sweep, we've turned that first corner of the horse race, and Bobrovsky's horse is definitely the lead horse right now in this race. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, Kulikov did help, and then Reek a little bit. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little thing that it's like a tap that goes unnoticed, you know. But if you look at it close enough, you'll see those kind of little things that you don't get called for hooking or anything like that. But you don't, you know, interference or anything. But it's enough to interfere. It's enough to disrupt. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of really cool. It's really smart stuff. And it probably helped out a little bit there. All love goes to Bob, okay? You know, let's call it like we see it. I see that parade in Sawgrass Mall parking lot soon. Go Panthers. I would imagine we're going to see it on Las Olas And maybe, think about this. There, okay, I've got the parade route already. I already come up with it. I mean, it's just these are the things that we do. First of all, they come out on the intercoastal. Okay, they land there on what's that mall area there on the intercoastal and 595 off of 595 by Broward Boulevard, Las Olas. Okay, they go on the intercoastal, land there in Las Olas. Then the parades are waiting for them, the trucks and everything. They load up and they start the parade route right from Las Olas through Las Olas onto US 1, and it goes right up to War Memorial, where, of course, is their and then they can have like a whole type of get together there, and then maybe they could do something else at the arena for a celebration and lifting the whole thing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they can do stuff like that. But I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that crazy ass idea. Okay. Canada hasn't had a cup in how many years? Hope the Roughs don't get involved. They haven't gotten involved yet, Sal. They haven't had it in years. What? Everything's a conspiracy theory, dude. Everything in life is a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? It's like, and for you conspiracy theorists, by the way, you're 99% wrong. Yeah, there's going to be a couple every once in a blue moon, but my Lord, everything isn't a conspiracy theory. Okay? All of a sudden, why? Because it's Florida? They didn't do it against Tampa or anybody else? Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Woodson is in the house. Neftali from Reading, Pennsylvania. Saludos, mi hermano. Gran Chout. Let's go, Panteras. So I guess this isn't the Panthers team that Yammer Yager was on like 8 years ago. Yeah, not quite. All Miami says, Big O, you're the man for going live for our Florida hockey team. Come on, bro. It's the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm hoping that they get it done. I need to know, are any Panther fans flying out to Edmonton to watch games 3 and 4? That Mike no-go zones, we're going to find out. Here's my I was talking about this with a buddy of mine. Here's my theory on that. Okay? And, this is the cynical one in me, Mike. Okay? I've been at this for 34 years. So I've seen all kinds of shit, so this happens. Okay? So I was telling my buddy, he goes, oh, do you think Edmonton fans will come? And I go, I don't think you'll get a lot in the first game. And he goes, why? And I go, because the Panthers are in the Stanley Cup again for the second year in a row. The fans are now believing in it. They look like the best team in the league. So they're going to all come in super cocky and confident. Right now, we've got like cocky Heat fan has like molded into cocky Panther fan. Now, if they lose game 1, some of them will sell some of their tickets in game 2 to the Edmonton fans, because then the Edmonton fans will win, and then they're going to want to come. And so then some Panther fans will get a little disappointed, and they can make some money. And so then they'll be a little fair weathered, and I can see some of them giving up their tickets. That's my theory. So what are we going to talk about on the Canadian side? Same thing, man. Yeah, same thing. Let's go down to the islands. Let's do this, man. First game. Panthers win. You're up 3-0. Panthers fans will flood game 4. Edmonton fans will sell game 4. That's what's going to happen. Edmonton fans will stay strong in game 1. The whole Canada thing hasn't won. All that good stuff. They'll hang in there. But if they lose game 3, game 4, Panther fans, the numbers will increase. Plus, if let's say you win games 2 and you win game 3, Edmonton fans certainly are going to sell because they don't want to be there for that one. Panther fans certainly will win and certainly will want to go because they have a chance to watch them clinch it in Edmonton because they won't be clinching it here. So That's how I'm going to go with the scenario. I would have told you this before game 1, okay? But you tell me, does my crazy ass reasoning make any sense to you? You know, that's kind of the pulse of fans. That's the cynical one in me. That's what comes. That's how it happens. All Miami says, real question. How long do you think Florida will be a relevant hockey team with the current base of our team? I don't think you understand South Florida, my brother. This is a committed ownership. This is 5 straight years that they've made the playoffs, and now you've got a chance to add a Stanley Cup, plus you've gone 2 in a row, plus you'll be one of the favorites for next year. I guess you're young or you haven't been around here very long. Do you know we weren't much of a basketball town at all? And we would have never become a basketball town under Chaffel and Cunningham, because they would have never committed to winning like Arison family has, where they're willing to spend. In certain moments when they get the people, they'll spend it. And that's not something that Cunningham and Chaffel were doing. They were just money hungry. You're probably young. You probably weren't even around. You don't even know. You don't have the perspective on it. But we weren't a basketball town, dude. We weren't a college basketball town either. They eliminated college basketball in our town, my brother. And then they brought it back, Kevin Presto and the boys. You know what I'm saying? And then it took Florida State. What's his name now? I'm brain farting. Help me out there, damn it. Leonard Hamilton. Leonard Hamilton came and then started really winning. And winning to the point that we were moving games from the Knight Center to the Miami Arena. I went to a Georgetown, a Boston College game where we had 12, 14,000 people. And then we have become a college basketball town. Now, and then Larinaga has followed. We had, Frank Haith, and, we had some, brain farts in between, but Larinaga has taken over and then has made this town actually give a shit about college basketball. If you haven't figured out our town, if you make a commitment to winning, if you're you don't have to win a title, because Larinaga has not won a title, but if you actually give a shit about winning and you're trying, we will respond, and we will then give a shit about your sport. So now we give a shit about pro basketball. We give a shit about college basketball. And now we're starting to plant the seeds of really giving a shit about hockey. And so then the off season will get bigger for hockey. And in the regular season now will get bigger. They actually try in the regular season too. It'll be refreshing for Heat fans that really don't like hockey. They'll actually look over at another sport and they go, wait a minute. Barkov's playing in game 3. Kachuk's playing in game 3. But in basketball, they take off in game 3. That kind of stuff. So they will endear themselves even more because of their work ethic too. So this is what's going on. This blueprint has been done before. And I told Doug Sifu this when he bought the team. I told them, you guys need to be patient and you need to be incredibly committed. And then once the town sees that you're committed and you're actually getting results, then they respond. That's why we got Hispanics up the ass here, and we won't become a baseball town. Why? Because the Hispanics are just Americanized like everybody else. You don't win? Screw you, bro. You don't win and entertain? We're not going to go. We'll wait for the baseball classic thing to come. So this is, you're watching us become a hockey town. And by the way, we'll become a soccer town eventually too, because the Moss brothers, after Messi's done, those crazy sons of bitches will go out and get another star and another star and another star, because they know what the blueprint is. And if they want to have packed houses and they want people to buy jerseys and they want the TV rights to go up to hell and all that stuff, they gotta bring the goods. The Marlins can ask only for food stamps. Everybody else can actually ask for like Bitcoin, even better than real money. Let's see. What else do we have? Big O, methinks I'm in the minority of Canadian hockey fans cheering for the Panthers. Yeah, you're definitely, of course, bro. This is their game, bro. They need somebody to win it from their side for sure. Ricky says the Florida Panthers are the best game of the playoffs. No, this is not their best game of the playoffs. This is just a great win because it's 1-0, and you only need 3 more now. So this is beautiful. I'd rather them win it in 5 at home. Michael, I just want them to win it, bro. If you got a chance to end it in game 4, then end it. I don't care. Win it when you could. Don't injuries happen, shit happens. You never want to extend anything. You want to really try hard from the get-go because, if you're lazy and you don't try in the entire regular season, who knows? You might have to play extra games in a play-in where you could get hurt. So, I think we've learned our lesson. No extra games, my brother. How about if that 5th game, let's say you win it, but Kachuk blows out his knee. And what are you going to do? Like coast in game 4 and not let him? This is hockey. They're going to try to bury the Oilers in all 4 games. These guys are motivated. Big time. It all comes down to ownership. If your ownership is good, your team most likely will be good. Zachary, you're 1,000% right, sir. Mike Thompson says Mike McDaniel is at least 87 pounds. My bad. I'm sorry. Remember, he needs a wheelbarrow, but the Panthers played so rusty to start the game. Then the 3rd was their game. I expect them to come out heavy money. Yeah, I agree. That was their weakness to start the game, and you didn't take advantage there. You're done. Jorge Gonzalez in the house. Vamos, gatos. I'm saying, are they going to be like the Heat where they are always relevant? Yes. Yeah, they have the ownership. They have the GM now. Hell yeah, dude. They're always going to be relevant now. They're committed, dude. They have the commitment. We are set when it comes to our soccer team, when it comes to our hockey team, our basketball team, and our football team. Our ownerships are top notch. They are A1. I don't care what you tell me about Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross is top notch. Okay, I know, and maybe I think this is the right combination. It'll work out, but he will do anything to win. And I am grateful for that. And I could say that about Moss. I could say that about Arison. I could say that about Viola and Sifu. Obviously, with Sherman, we will never say that. We'll never say that with Loria. We would never, in baseball, we have never been able to say it, unfortunately. Lisa Rose is watching from the Trop in Atlantic City. Way to go, Panthers. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you. Luis Berriel, if you commit, we will support. Big O, the only real one for going live for our cats. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Drew, a Canadian team hasn't won a cup since. Ronnie Cycli, Steve Smith, Glenn Rice, and Matt Geiger all played for the Miami Heat when Kevin Lockery was the head coach. It's been that long? No. Really? No, it can't be that long. Seriously? What year is it the last time? He's got to be exaggerating. He has to be exaggerating. It can't be that long ago. I thought it was something like in the early 2000s, the last time a Canadian team had won the cup. You're going all the way to like the early 90s, dude. That's crazy. Has it been that long? Michael Cruz says, yep, 93. Really? Wow. Montreal Canadiens says Brett 93.
The 93 Canadians were the last Canadian team to win it.
I thought it was like early 2000s. Wow. I think it's time to strip them of the rights or the facts that they invented hockey. I don't know. It's time. Sorry. I think we have to say now we own hockey too. That's kind of what we do in America. We steal everything. We freeze your assets and we take it all. So let's freeze their historical assets when it comes to hockey, and let's take it. I mean, we do it everywhere else, right? So let's do that. Let's freeze their historical assets. From now on, everyone will forget that hockey was invented in Canada, that's their sport. We'll now give it to Minnesota or Wisconsin. We'll have those two fight amongst themselves or something. Okay? That's what we'll do. Maybe we'll throw in Maine and New England just to kind of make it a fabulous four fighting for the rights to say they now invented and own hockey. Because if you haven't won since 93, does it really matter anymore? Does it really count? Did you really invent anything? Do you even know what the sport is? Probably not. It's one of those, if the tree falls in the forest and nobody saw it, nobody was right. Did it really happen? Was hockey really, really invented in Canada? Do they really know anything about hockey? Nah. I think we need to do that. I think we need to do that. Let's see. It's their sport too. It's so sick. Nah, it's not their sport anymore, Drew. We have stolen their sport now. Brett says, I beg to differ since the majority of the players are born in Canada. Hey, listen. We just use you guys as incubators. That's all it is. You're just incubators. That's all. We buy cars from China. We buy cars from Italy. We buy cars from Germany. We drive them here. It's the same thing. We're just exporting our hockey players. That's all. It's all good. That's all. It's all right. It's a symbiotic relationship that will, but you've been stripped of your hockey rights. It's over. It's done. History in the archives. Let's see. Minnesota sounds like a Canadian. Yeah, for sure. It's like soccer on ice. Even the sticks look like a taped foot. Canadians have 27 cups, solo cups now. We've replaced them with solo cups now. So that's what you don't know. Go to Montreal, Canada now. Go walk into that arena now, and you'll see a bunch of solo cups. It's disappeared. They have no more titles there. It's over. It's over. For every year they don't have a title from now on, they lose 2 from the past. And it's been so long, they have no more titles. It's over. It's like Canada does not exist anymore. It's like we don't even know if they play hockey there anymore. In fact, is Edmonton really in Canada? Is Canada a metaverse? Maybe that's why they can't win. It's hard to win when you're a hologram. This is tough. I don't know. We're really unearthing a lot of information about Canadian hockey right now. Now we know why it's dead, why it doesn't exist, why it just lives on the metaverse. It's on the blockchain. You can purchase one if you want on Decentraland. All right. Sure, I got to see my Dodgers win in person last night. It took 11 innings, but tonight They lit up those Yankees. Hot damn, LOL. There was a Dodger takeover in New York. It was crazy. The Drew says, wow, that was Grand Theft Hockey. Big O, so we grow the planet from the seed, and you Yanks derive the benefits of the, yes, we do, of the, what is it? The delirious effect, kind of like ganja. Yes, exactly. It's a strain. Yes. I mean, what can I tell you? No doubt you're laughing, but they're pissed over there. They've now got solo cups there. They don't even have any more Stanley Cups. They can't win any Stanley Cups. In fact, put it this way. Stanley lives here at Amerant Bank Arena. So we own all the Stanleys and the Stanley Cups. They just get solo cups. We get Stanley Cups. It's crazy. You know what it is? Canada doesn't get enough sun. Notice, where's the power? It juiced up Tampa for a bit. Now it's juicing up us. Can I tell you? Dallas was in it. Got to watch out. Got to watch out with the sun. You see? Solo cups melt in the sun. It's kind of like they're like a waxy plastic. Doesn't work well in the heat. Not good. Not good. Jeff in Long Island is having fun. He's just trying to piss off Alan. Can Edmonton see Russia from their house? No, but they can see another cup coming to America. So, to be fair, we all live in a hologram. Yeah, that's probably true. Canada still rules curling. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. They're good. They're into cleaning. Yeah. They like that. They're good with mops. Oh, I get it now. Cleaning of the ice. They come up with what's the ice machine called? The what's that thing that cleans the ice in between the damn periods? Huh?
Zamboni.
What was it? Stromboli? Huh?
Zamboni.
Stromboli. Okay? See? That's what they're good at. They're good at making Zambonis. Not any Stromboli, but some Zambonis. See, that's what's going on with them. That's why they're good at that curling stuff. They're excellent at smooth ice. Not playing on it, but shaping it. So it's pretty good. So what we should do is hire Canadians to make sure they manicure our rinks. We're figuring out a lot of things about why Canada is not good at hockey anymore. It's a real shame for Canada. Man, wow. A country lost its sport. It's a real shame. You really don't want to see that. Let's see. Florida's been to the last 5 finals between the Lightning and the Panthers. It's all about the sun. Power of the sun. You know? Canada gave us Justin Bieber. Yeah, no, but we gave him back. That was the thing. We did give him back. Folks, don't forget to visit our merchandise shop. Put up the QR code there, Sean. It's also in our YouTube page, Instagram, Twitter pages, Big O Show on Twitter, Big O Radio Show on Instagram. The link is there. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button also. And, of course, you can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, and you can always make a Bitcoin donation, which we always appreciate. And got some hiccups here, man. Anyway, Big O, are you going to stream the game on Monday after the? Oh yeah. No, we're doing a post game every game for the Stanley Cup, as long as we're until we eliminate the country that no longer plays hockey. Until we eliminate the country that no longer invented hockey anymore. And we'll settle that this coming year between Minnesota, Wisconsin, Maine, and New England. We'll give them all an opportunity, So I don't know if Massachusetts is ready. Do they have enough players? Do they? Do they have enough? I don't know. Maine is kind of small too. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna include them. I could go North Dakota, South Dakota, but I don't think they have a lot of people in those places. Probably have like 4, maybe 5 people living in each state. That's not a lot. It's hard to get a whole hockey team out of those states. But we'll try. We'll try. All right. We appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. Panthers get it done 3-0. It was a beautiful performance. Hell of a way to start the series. 1-0. We thank Sean Stanley, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. We will see you all on Monday morning at 10 a.m. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.